All right, we're here with Eddie Hearn. The press conference just wrapped up between Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua. Yesterday, Saudi Arabia. Today, New York City. They both staring into each other's eyes again. What did you see this time opposed to yesterday?
I saw respect, but I saw seriousness from both guys. I think everybody knows this is going to be a different kind of fight this time. I'm not saying things won't unfold the same way, but in terms of the focus and in terms of the size of the fight. Like the first fight, it was like AJ's American debut, Andy Ruiz, nice guy, hasn't really got a chance. Now it's like a 50-50 fight.
Flip-flopping a little bit.
Yeah,
but Ruiz is more, he seems like he's more loose.
Yeah.
And Joshua, if you're sitting on that stage, he was zeroed in, wasn't laughing at any of your jokes.
Yeah, because he never laughs at my jokes anyway. But look, last time, I won't say he didn't want to fight Andy Ruiz, but he had no, he was fighting Jarrell Miller. He really wanted to punish Jarrell Miller. Then he got Andy Ruiz. Okay. But even on fight week, everyone's talking about Wilder this, Wilder that. He didn't have the same mentality and focus as he does today. Doesn't mean he's going to win, but you'll see a different Anthony Joshua on December 7th.
Now, a lot of the build-up to this fight, the last 3 months, has been about the psyche of your guy, Anthony Joshua. I'm going to ask him as well, but I'll ask you because, you're his promoter and whatnot. What is it like to have the entire sporting world, the entire entertainment world, wondering what's going on in your head?
It's just that comes with being a superstar. Everybody overanalyzes everything, don't they? Everything that he says. Oh, he said this about Lennox. Like, oh, wow, he's unfolding. No, he's not. He's just really decided, you know what, I've tried to be that guy. I've tried to be that role model. And if you push me and push me and push me, I'm going to tell you what I think. So I like that. I like to see that edge. The challenger mentality for this fight is very important. It's not this guy who's got everything, he's got all the belts. He doesn't. He's a challenger. He's challenging for the world title. And if we can get that challenger mentality in him, which I believe is there, I believe you'll see a different Anthony Joshua in this fight. It's going to be really fast. I think we should maybe, psycho-analyse Andy Ruiz instead.
We do.
Got to him. Is it?
Iced out.
I know. But I think Andy Ruiz, Andy Ruiz. And one of the reasons he won that first fight is because he don't think, he don't care. He goes in there and he tries to win. 9 out of 10 heavyweights, 9.9 out of 10 heavyweights, when they got hurt by Joshua, would have backed up against the ropes, would have tried to survive and would have got knocked out. He gambled, and boy did it pay off. So can he do it again? Will Joshua be as reckless? Will he be as confident? I don't know. That's why this fight is so huge.
Now, inside of the ring, we at CompuBox crunched the numbers, and I thought this was interesting, and it's something I'm going to ask Joshua as well. 16 fights before he fought Klitschko. 57% of his punches were power shots.
Right.
Now, the 4 fights after Klitschko, he turned into a boxer. 57% of his punches were jabs. Do you think that kind of is what Joshua is now? I think he's going to be more cautious in this fight, or we go back to a brawler?
I think that's more because of the level of opponent. If you're analysing those first 16 fights, a lot of those fights would go in, crash, bang, wallop, all over in a round, 2 rounds. Now he's got to be more careful, and he will be more careful in this fight. I don't think he can afford to be too careful. He's still got to fight, he's got to box, he's got to be smart. Yeah, he has. He was moving too much to his left last time, his hands were low. When he hurt Ruiz, he came in with his chin up in the air. So
he said it himself.
All these things, and he's a deep thinker. In fact, the last 3 months have been reflecting on that defeat and sort of geeing himself up, winding himself up, get ready for camp. But when Joshua, he's very regimental. When he focuses on something, it's a good thing. And all he's been doing is focusing on Andy Ruiz. So the only thing they have to do is beat that one man.
Okay, finally, what do you say to the boxing purists that say the Logan Paul-KSI fight is an abomination to boxing? I completely think the opposite. Talk the boxing purists off a ledge here, because boxing Twitter, you got to ruffle up.
They're right, but hardcore. I knew when I got involved with this fight what the response from those individuals were going to be. Those individuals are 1% of the world. I watched the first fight. I felt the same way as they did, which was, what is this? Then I saw it sold out in an hour.
There's actually a clip of you saying that.
Yeah, then I saw, I was totally wrong. I thought it was a joke. Then it did 1.4 million pay-per-view buys. And you know what? The fight was okay. They trained, they were in shape. This time I said to them both, you turn pro, you respect the code of the sport, you do what everybody else does who want to get into the sport. You take your medicals, you apply for your license to the commission, you lose the head guards. The management didn't like that. What? Oh.
Said, these are Facebook.
I don't want to see the head guards. If you want to do it, respect the sport, do it properly. 10-ounce gloves. What? No, this has got to be a real fight. On the undercard, we want World Championship
What are you
boxing.
going to put on the undercard?
There's talks, Devin Haney, Billy Joe Saunders, all these guys. It's undecided. But what you got to understand is, if we're going to bring this audience into the sport, we've got to show them the beauty of our sport.
Even if it's 10% you retain, isn't
when
that
they're
good?
watching on the night, 20,000 at the Staples Centre, instantly sold out. Millions watching around the world. Let them watch Devin. Let them watch Billy Joe. Let them fall in love with the sport. They're not going to fall in love with the sport if the undercard is a load of other guys like flapping around with head guards on. So let's not be naive enough to think that bringing such an energetic, dynamic new audience in the sport of boxing is a bad thing, because it's really not. So we get our stick, people will moan, and as usual we completely ignore them and we smash it up.
There it is. We might get some sloppy boxing at the Staples Center for Logan Paul versus KSI, but December 7th we're going to get a banger between Ruiz and Joshua.